Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to remotely manage your NixOS machine via a Flake power setup. So I'm going to walk you through the basic configs and how to push updates remotely. There are a few prerequisites for this video. I am assuming a few things: that you already have a main NixOS system set up and running with Flake supports enabled, and you're at least moderately comfortable navigating Flake-based workflows. I do have a video that I posted up last week. You can check that video out. That'll get you up and running to where you need to be to continue with this video. All right, so let's begin. All right, so coming from a clean install, the first thing we want to do is enable Flake support and SSH access. So you go to your /exe/nix os directory, and we're going to edit the configuration.nix file. So I added the following code to my configuration.nix. All I did was enable SSH. I permitted root login, and then I also, for better security, disable password authentication. The SSH key shown here is my public root key for my main NixOS workstation. Yours may be different, so adjust accordingly. And then I also added the Nix setting experimental features, the Nix command flakes, and that's how you enable flakes. So after adding those settings, all you want to do is apply your changes with the command sudo nixos rebuild switch. All right, so now we're going to test SSH access. I just want to get the IP address real quick. All right, and it's 20.7. All right, now I'm on my main NixOS workstation. So what I want to do now is I'm going to try to SSH into the test machine to see if I have SSH access. All right, and it worked. Now I have SSH access. Then I'm just going to verify that I have flakes enabled. I'm just going to run a nix flake, check help. Okay, and it looks like it's working well as well. So now that we enabled SSH as well as Flake support to the machine that we want to remotely access, the next thing that we're going to do is under our main NixOS workstation, we're going to create a new directory under host. We're going to call it Nix test, the name of the machine. And then inside this folder, I'm just going to copy over a configuration.nix file as well as a hardware.nix files from one of my other existing remote setups. So now I want to update the configuration.nix. So looking at the configuration.nix file that I've copied over from one of my existing remote setups, since my last video, I've switched over to a more modular configuration file. So as you can see, it's smaller. If you watch my previous video, it's a lot smaller than my last configuration file. So for this specific setup, all you have to do is, all I'm going to do is comment out all of the Docker and Docker Compose modules. They're not needed for this setup. And then I'm going to also comment out the mount configuration. So everything else should stay the same. And then the last thing I want to do is I'm going to change the host name from Nix02 to just Nix test. Real quick, I just want to highlight my configuration again when it comes to the more modular approach that I'm using now. So I have my different system components. They're split into separate .nix files just for clarity and reusability. So the imports list, it just pulls the core configs like my hardware configuration, which is standard. But then I have my base configuration, which is everything within a normal configuration file. And then I have like my SSH nix and then my firewall settings as well, all um, wrapped up within a module. So having this structure, it lets me cleanly manage services and toggle functionality as needed. It just makes everything more tidy and flexible. And it's just ideal for my home lab setup. So just a quick reminder with your hardware configuration.nix file, it is machine specific and it rarely needs editing. So I'm just going to leave it untouched. So now we're going to move over to the flake.nix file and we're going to add a new configuration block for our Nix test machine. So looking at my flake.nix file, I already have configurations for Nix for 3 of my remote machines, Nix 1, Nix 2, Nix 3, and then I've added Nix test as well. So if you watched my last video, you should already know how flakes work. But here's a quick refresher. So at the top, you'll have your input section, which is just brings in the building blocks like Nix package and as well as VS Code server. And then I have Home Manager as well. And then in the outputs block, um, this is where we declare our systems using the Nix OS system. And as you can see, I have 3 machines already declared: Nix 1, Nix 2, and then Nix 3. And then I've already added Nix test as well. So once you've added the Nix test block of code, you want to make sure you save, and then we're going to rebuild that system, but we're going to do it remotely with a new command. So the command will be sudo nixos rebuild switch flake, and then dot hashtag, and then it's going to be our Nix test machine, and then target host will be the IP address of the remote machine. And if everything goes well, it should remotely build it. And now that it's done, we should be able to SSH into it, and it should be set up the exact same way as my other remote machines, such as using ZSH and the theme that I have set up. So I'm going to open up a different terminal and I'm going to see to make sure that it worked. All right, so now I'm going to try to SSH into the machine. It was 20.7. And as you can see, it is now have the same configurations as my other remote systems with the same theme set up as well. And just like that, our Nix test machine is fully integrated into my remote setup. It's remotely managed, declaratively configured, as well as flake powered. If this video helped you, please drop a like and subscribe and share it with anyone else trying to set up their self-hosted environment using NixOS. All right, until next time.